A while back, y'all saw me hit a GLD chain with some sandpaper, and it did pretty well. It completely surprised me, to say the least. And at the end of the day, it's pretty much, I think, brass base with gold plating on top. But it's not a vermeil piece. It's not sterling silver on the base with gold plating on top. One of my top 3 brands is Jaxxon for gold plating. So what I'm gonna try to do today is hit this pretty ass Jaxxon bracelet with a Dremel. Let's roll my motherfucking music, cause this video is gonna be painful.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Now, this isn't exactly fair. The reason being is, anything, shit sounds like a vibrator, anything you hit with this is gonna fade super quick. It's not the same as sandpaper. There's pressure involved. There's so many different layers. I can't find any fucking sandpaper, Rama. I swear I had sandpaper, but I don't. Now, what I wanted to do to make it somewhat even to the GLD video is I have a more worn piece of sandpaper. As you see, it's half worn, still grit on it. I don't know what the grit level is on this one, but this is to give it more of a fair shot. Because once I hit it with this, it's not gonna really fucking last. Let's be honest. I'll find it hard to believe if any vermeil, gold-plated brass, doesn't matter what, you hit it with a Dremel tool, that shit is gonna last. So I'm trying to give this a fighting shot, and the only reason I'm doing this video is just to give a comparison to see how many gold layers there are on top. But in all reality, these two items are not compared to the friction you're gonna get from the back of your neck. Yeah, there's sweat. Yeah, there's pollution, and if you got a hot dog neck with 3 layers, yeah, you got different layers of friction and sweat, but it's still not compared to sandpaper and a Dremel. So realistically speaking, if it can take at least a couple of swings, whether it be the GLD video or this one of sandpaper, it's gonna be fine on your neck or wrist. I mean, more so neck, because on the wrist, really, it's gonna be more against friction against the table. So without further ado, I'm gonna start first with this little sandpaper grit joint on my finger because I don't have sandpaper. And then I'm gonna fuck up a $100 bracelet with a Dremel tool. What a dick. Here we go. So here's the before shots of the bracelet before I fuck it all up. And just so you can get an idea. And I'm actually gonna hit it right around this area right over here. This is where I'm gonna do the sanding with this piece right here. As you can see, it has some wear, obviously, but there's still a lot of grit here. Because if I hit it automatically with this piece, I mean, no gold-plated piece is gonna fucking deal with this right from jump, right? So I'm gonna hit it with this piece. I'm gonna try to do it as best as I can in front of the camera so you guys can get an idea of how I do this. I'm just gonna go right across. I'm hitting it with this part right here. I'll flip it over so you can see that there's more grit here. So right from jump, let's see. As you can see here, this is what it looks like after hitting it with that sandpaper. I'll show you guys here as well. Now looking at it, as you can see the scratches there. There is some silver coming through, some, especially in the center points. Especially in the center points, there is some silver coming through. I say, let's keep it going. All right, here's more scratches done to that area. I mean, again, that's a couple of swipes. That's not too horrible. Let's keep going. Still focusing in on this area over here. Here's the piece that I'm using. Yeah, we're getting some exposure here. You can see how it's coming off a little bit here. I'll show you guys here. All right, now I'm gonna kick it up with even more pressure. Still using that piece, and then we're gonna go with the Dremel. I mean, yeah, it's coming off, but that's not bad. I'm putting fucking pressure on this joint too. Metal there. There's definitely exposing silver right about here. Right in the center licks particularly, as you can tell there. Comparatively, right? I have to switch cameras a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. As you can see here, these are the scratches from the actual sandpaper roll. But now, for the part you guys been waiting for, you see here, here's the parts that haven't been scratched. As you can see, they're still polished, just a little dirty. And here are the parts that have been scratched with the sandpaper. There is some exposed metal right there and right there. Again, it's sandpaper, not your fucking face. But still, with a couple of swipes of the sandpaper, still, it went through. Now let's see how the Dremel's gonna do on this side, and then we'll do it on a fresh side. So without further ado, let's put this shit to work. There you go. Bear it down to the fucking metal. And again, think about how fast, how many fucking revolutions per minute this fucking thing has. And this is where it's come down to. Now let's go to a fresh side. Fresh, no scrapes, no polish. Let's see. I'm gonna do light. I'm gonna do it light. One. That's just one pass. Going that fast. As you can see, it went right through instantly. It's gonna be real difficult for any plated piece of jewelry to pass this test, let's be honest with you. Here, I'll do it without. Nothing. Some coming off there. I mean, and now with the tool. Chopped up. Surprisingly enough, with the first couple of swipes of just this little bit, if it was a shitty plating, it would have came off instantly. You would have had exposed metal and drastic exposed metal right from rip. So this is, to me, as impressive as the GLD one did. This has a decent amount. It's not just a thin layer. Think about how aggressive this Dremel tool is and what it does to any kind of metal. So keep in mind, for people who complain about the plating, just to give you a perspective, it took a Dremel tool that spins at 16,000 revolutions per minute, allegedly, to take off a quick plating of this Jaxxon. So personally, I think Jaxxon's plating is still extremely solid. Think about a Dremel tool versus neck sweat or wrist sweat. This video was impossibly difficult to make. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know what it is, biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. Cuban. For the fly gun holder, money folder, molar roller, start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.